Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of Wall Street New Hustle. On this episode, we're going to talk about the great craze about options trading. So, like I said, I want to do a video about options trading because it seems like everybody that's on YouTube or Facebook, they seem to be an options trader, expert, whatever. And it's confusing to a lot of people, especially if you're new to investing. That's what these people cater to. Normally they cater to minorities, people of color, because we're very new to trading and we're just getting our feet wet into this new idea about the stock market. Some of us, we really don't trust it yet. Cater to people with low income, and a lot of us, we're looking for a lot of answers. A lot of us are struggling right now. We're still struggling, and we're looking for a way to get out of our struggles and make some money. And these people say that they're going to do all the work for you. Just give them your money and they will make you rich overnight, which is ridiculous. But the more ridiculous it sounds, the more people they try to get. And normally they want you to subscribe to all their social media, which is, Facebook, YouTube, and then once their channel gets monetized, they make money that way, and they normally sell their merchandise. And some people, a few people that I've seen, especially through my Facebook feed, and some of you may know who I'm talking about, that they want to do things as far as uplifting the culture, generational wealth, earn your free time through investing in the stock market, and they all seem to have this patented formula that they will take all the risk out of options trading. All you do is give them money and they can avoid all the risk for you because they are very wealthy themselves, or they get a perception that they are. But one thing about Wall Street is that Wall Street is fluid. You always, in Wall Street, you try to get an advantage over somebody. So if you have an advantage, why would you share that with anybody else? If you're really generating large sums of money and you're telling people to take it easy, not work once you have all this money, but you're doing the exact opposite, because it takes work to produce Facebook ads, these professional looking ads, commercials, putting out videos every other day on YouTube. To me, that's considered work. You're doing the exact opposite of what you're telling other people. And if a lot of people are familiar with Trading Places, which is a movie Eddie Murphy was in 1983, and when the Mortimers bought Eddie Murphy off the street, the first thing they told him is that they make money regardless whether their clients make money. And that's what Wall Street is. Now, a lot of platforms have changed their whereas though they're commission based, where you execute a trade where you buy and sell, and there's a fee behind that. A lot of companies have waived that because they want to become lending institutions. But you have people that say that only motivation is to help you and educate you, which is not true. They want to make money off of you. And what's the number one thing to avoid risk, especially when it comes to Wall Street, is education. If I can have a set of classes and teach people, then I limit my risk actually putting my money in the market, because now you're taking all the risk because I'm charging you. And a lot of these people, they'll say, I'm going to help you. It's about creating generational wealth. It's for the culture. And click on my link below and then I'll give you more information. You click on the link, it's normally to a class that they're trying to, or a class that they're having. So I'm a first responder, I'm a firefighter, and most fire stations have banquet halls where you can rent out for birthdays and weddings and stuff like that. And I've seen it countless number of times where people will come in, and because of the health issues, the health crisis we had in the last 2 years or so, people come in, you got to be 6 feet apart. So they'll come in and measure how many people they fit in this room, because fire stations, halls, they provide the tables, they provide the chairs, the electricity, and they provide the projector that you pull down. You have to provide your own projector, but they provide the screen that comes down. So a lot of these people, they'll rent it out for a couple of days, which costs maybe under $500 or less, depending on how busy that station is, how far they have their places rented out. And then they'll find the most ridiculous amount of money that they can charge. Let's say they seat 100 people, right? And especially, I hate to say, in our culture, that the more expensive something is, the more we value it. So they'll put the highest possible price tag they put on these seats. Let's say I've seen somebody have a class as far as $2,000 a seat, and they'll have 100 seats, whatever. And let's say they'll advertise it in August, and the class is not until December, so they have some months to get these seats filled before they actually run the class, whatever. Which is basically basic information you can learn on your own. And what they'll do is, let's say the first 30 days they only get 10 people at $2,000. Now they're on a time limit because they got to fill the other 90 seats, whatever. And then they'll say, okay, we want to everybody take advantage of this, so we're gonna slash the price in half to $1,000. Let's see if they seat another, let's say 30 people. That's 40 people already, right? So now they still got 60 seats to fill. Now the closer it gets to December, the more the discount is. So now it went from $2,000 to $1,000. Now it's cutting to $500 because they really got to fill these seats though. And let's say they get another, let's say 40 people, right? So now you have 20 seats that you come available. You still need to fill whatever. And then they'll say something as, okay, you know what? 20 seats just mysteriously came available. Now you don't know if they filled the 100 seats or not. You just assume they already did because they're telling you 20 seats become available. So now it's 120. But now they cut it to $250, right? And let's say they get a few more people. Let's say they don't get the other 20 that they need, whatever. But when you go to these classes, you don't know if it's 100 people, 200 people. Because when people's in a small room, it looks more than what it probably is suited for. So when you're in a class with somebody that paid, you're a person that paid $2,000, and you're sitting next to somebody that paid $250 for the same basic information, because when you get there, they're going to want you to subscribe to all their social media because they make money that way. They get all your personal information, how much money you make, what your job is, your household income, everything, and they create a list, and they can sell that list to other companies and make money off you that way. And then you got to pay for the books, the supposed supplies, and then they want you to buy the merchandise, the t-shirt, the sweatshirts, because we all have to look alike. They make money off you that way. And that person is not really even investing in Wall Street anymore because they're making money off you because you cancel out their risk, because they teach you, you're taking all the risk. So let's say there's one person that's popular that I just seen 3 of his Facebook ads in the past month or so. It was an older black man, was the first one I've seen, and he said he was 7% up in his portfolio, and this was options contracts. But of course he doesn't tell you how much he paid to get into the class and what his whole value was, but he said it was the greatest course he ever had in his life. This person knows what they're talking about. They're genuine, they're honest. He want everybody to take advantage of it. Of course, they had the person's merchandise on. Then the second one was a younger guy. He looked like he was in his room, and it looked like a mess. It looked like he was too old to be living home, like a mess. And you can see him like he's cutting a recorder on. He's talking about this is the greatest class in the world, same script. The person's genuine. You can see he's kind of reading stuff, his eyes moving back and forth. And he's the greatest person. All of us need to take advantage of this because it's for the culture and all this other stuff. And then I think he forgot what he was supposed to say, because it looked like he went to go back to cut it off, and it's, oh, I made $20,000 a month. And you're looking at the room and everything like, you made $20,000 and you live like that because you need money to make money. And I'm like, it doesn't add up. Then the third person was a woman of color. She said that she was a mother. She said she was highly educated, and she said she was a business owner. And she went on to the script, because you can see her eyes moving back and forth, whatever. And she said that she didn't have time to learn about Wall Street. She didn't have time to research stocks. She didn't have time to put any effort into learning this thing. She was going to use this person's system because she thinks this person is genuine, and they come off as being genuine. And it's a rinse and repeat type of system, whereas you just constantly do the same thing over and over again. And it scared the mess out of me, because this person said that they were a parent, because you're supposed to look out for your family. That's your number one priority. And said they were a business owner. What business owner doesn't do their research in anything? That's the number one, makes you different from being an employee and employer, because you put the work in. if you're not really willing to put the work into investing and just give your money to somebody and claim that you're constantly using the same rinse repeat system, doesn't work. And I'm telling you, if you go outside with a jump rope on a concrete floor and you jump rope, you have a certain pattern, right? It never changes because the floor never changes, but until you get tired. Of course, when you get tired, you're gonna eventually stop jump rope. You try to do the same thing on a trampoline, it won't work because the ground keeps constantly changing. So you have to keep constantly changing your pattern in order to keep up with the jump rope. And that with Wall Street. Wall Street is fluid. Not one system works for everybody. If you're a multi-millionaire and somebody's making $50,000 a year, that system doesn't work because you guys you're not equal. You're not equal in income, finances, opportunities, whatever it is, it's not equal. So I want you guys to be careful when you look at these Wall Street stockbrokers, whatever. Me, I study for my Series 7, 63, 64, 65. That's the Security Exchange Commission test. Is a 200 word quest test you have to be certified as a stockbroker, whatever. And with that, it gives you a liability. If this person gives you false information or try to rob you, whatever, then they could lose their license as a recourse. If you follow information from these people on YouTube, social media, and you try to go after them, there's no recourse because the judge is going to ask you, this person is a licensed broker? Well, no, and case closed. So all of them give one great thing is add advice or information, and it gets you to start thinking about investing in Wall Street like that. But you have to do your own research. You can't be lazy at this. You have to do your own research because you know what works for you and your family. You sit down, you know how much money you make, you know what's coming in the house, what's going out. You can make your own strategy, and you got local universities, you have community colleges, libraries where you can go in and study like I did. I started studying in 1987. If anybody remembers, it was the Wall Street crash in 1987. I believe it was October. I'm sitting in my mother's dining room. I was 12 years old at the time. Of course, I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was the end of the world because it seemed that way. And it's all this paper flying around, and that was the last time that the market really used paper. It was 1987, whatever. But I knew somebody was making money and somebody was losing it. So I would go to the library and sit in the hard chair because there was no internet, no social media internet back then, and I would study. My first trade wasn't until 1998 after I got out the Marine Corps. So it took me a while from 87 to 98 to actually make my first trade, whatever. But these people get you to think. You got to do your own work because these people are in it for themselves. Like this society right now, every person for themselves. If you look on the internet, everybody has these schemes where I could turn $1 into $1 million in 10 days, and it's not real, because if it was, they wouldn't be telling you this. They'll be doing it themselves. If somebody has time to shoot videos every single day and make fancy commercials, whatever, and especially in for our culture, whatever, it's fake it till you make it. And that's exactly what they're doing. If somebody's taking you by the throat and choking you and say, you gotta do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and they claim they already done this, but they force you to do it. But then I want you to pay me. I'm doing it for your benefit, but of course you're gonna pay me in order to do this because I'm gonna make money off of you. But I want you guys to be safe out there, be cautious, and then follow your own process. Get the information for yourself and do the work. You guys be safe out there. Take care.